It was the early hours of March 8th, 2014. A quiet night at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Flight MH370, a Malaysia Airlines Boeing 777, stood on the runway, engines humming, lights glowing, waiting to carry 239 souls on a routine journey to Beijing. But what was supposed to be an ordinary 6-hour flight would become the greatest mystery in modern aviation. Tonight, we dive deep into the story of MH370, the flight that took off but never landed. The passengers of MH370 were a mix of lives, cultures, and dreams. 227 passengers, 12 crew. Among them, businessmen rushing home, families on vacation, children with laughter in their eyes, and even a group of artists returning from an exhibition, each with their own destination, their own story. At 12:41 a.m., the Boeing 777 lifted into the night sky, leaving Kuala Lumpur behind. Its nose pointed toward Beijing. The skies were calm. The weather was clear. For the first 40 minutes, everything seemed normal. But in aviation, sometimes silence is the most terrifying sound of all. At 1:19 a.m., as the plane crossed into Vietnamese airspace, the cockpit made its final radio transmission. The words were simple, calm, almost routine. "Good night, Malaysian 370. No distress, no sign of trouble, just a goodbye." Moments later, the plane vanished from civilian radar. 1 second, it was there. The next, it was gone. Air traffic controllers stared at their screens in disbelief. Was it equipment failure? Was the plane still flying? They tried to reach the crew. No answer. And just like that, a massive Boeing 777, one of the safest aircraft in the world, disappeared without a trace. In Beijing, dawn was breaking. Families gathered at the airport, waiting to see their loved ones walk through the arrival gates. But the minutes passed. The screen at the airport displayed delayed. Hours later, the truth arrived like a storm. MH370 was missing. News agencies rushed to report. CNN, BBC, Reuters. Headlines screamed, "Passenger plane vanishes with 239 on board." Shockwaves rippled across the globe. How could a plane just disappear? Within hours, the largest multinational search in aviation history was launched. 26 countries joined forces. Fighter jets, naval ships, satellites, all scanning vast areas of sea and sky. But the ocean gave back nothing. No oil slick, no floating debris, no emergency beacon. Day after day, the search continued, and with every passing hour, hope faded. MH370 had simply vanished into the dark. Weeks later, a breakthrough came. The British company Inmarsat analyzed satellite data. The plane, it turned out, had not flown north to Beijing. Instead, it had turned back, first west, across Malaysia, then south, into the endless waters of the Indian Ocean. The plane had flown for hours after its last radio call, a ghost in the sky, silent, invisible. But why? Who was flying it? And what happened on board? As governments searched, families lived in agony. Mothers and fathers begged for answers. Wives clutched photos of husbands who never came home. Children asked why their parents had not returned. In Beijing, protests erupted. Families accused officials of lying, of hiding the truth. "I don't want theories," one mother cried. "I want my son back." But no answers came, only silence, only tears. In July 2015, more than a year later, hope flickered. A piece of the wing washed ashore on Réunion Island near Africa. Experts confirmed it was from MH370. Over the years, more fragments appeared on beaches in Madagascar, Mozambique, and other distant shores. The ocean had spoken, but only in whispers. The main wreckage, the black boxes, the final moments, remain hidden somewhere deep below the waves. Australia led a search of 120,000 square kilometers of ocean floor, an area the size of Greece. Advanced sonar, unmanned submarines, scanning every shadow. But the ocean kept its silence. In 2017, after billions of dollars and years of effort, the official search was called off. MH370 remained lost. The mystery deepened. Some believed Captain Zahari Shah planned it, a deliberate act, a silent protest. Others suspected hijackers, or a catastrophic fire. And then came darker whispers. Was it shot down accidentally by a military? Did governments hide the truth? Or was it something even more unexplainable? Every theory promised answers, but none delivered. O'Day, more than a decade later, MH370 remains the greatest unsolved mystery in aviation. 239 lives disappeared. 239 stories cut short. Families still wait. Children have grown without parents. Spouses have grown old without closure. And the world still asks, why, where, how? Perhaps one day technology will uncover the truth. Perhaps one day the ocean will reveal its secret. But until then, MH370 remains the ghost of the skies. 239 souls lost forever in the greatest mystery of our time. If you believe these stories must never be forgotten, hit like, subscribe, and follow this channel, because every mystery deserves to be told, and every story deserves a voice.